everyone to round 3 of the Rick Bell's Custom Rigs Xfinity Series. Last week at Las Vegas produced some fantastic racing with only one caution. But tonight we tackle the 2-mile, very wide track of Auto Club. Who will bring home the victory here this evening? Welcome everybody again and back to MaxSpeedTV. Of course, as always, on the mic for you here tonight, Joshua Medlock, alongside with me for the Xfinity Series this season, Gary Wells. Gary, another exciting event here tonight. I think we're going to see, again, some really fast, well, we're definitely going to see some fast action here tonight, but I think we're going to see some very hard driving here for sure.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see some hard driving. This place is very wide, like you said in the intro there. But I tell you what, this place is bumpy. It's got a lot of character to it. I think we could see these guys go 3, maybe even 4 wide down these straightaways going into turn 1 and into turn 3. So going to be a lot of side-by-side racing, but also we got to keep in mind these tires, because of how much character is in this track, they're going to wear out fast.
Yeah, they are going to wear out fast. We're definitely going to jump into that pre-race analytics here real quick. Of course, starting with the air temp of 65 degrees, the track temp has dropped down, Gary, from when we first came in here of 101. We're down to 97. We got some shade starting to get on the track out there, so the track is going to start to cool down. 110 laps, 220 miles. That tire window, like we were talking about, Gary, around 10 to 20 laps, it's going to be that starting that fall off. 40 laps, that's going to be a solid solid tire run here tonight. Definitely going to have some major issues on a 40 or so lap tire or 40 lap run here tonight. I'll get it out in a minute. We're probably going to see tires anywhere between 40 and 50%, maybe even less than that.
Yeah, it really does depend. That fuel window, I've heard anywhere from 32 to 37. I know some of these drivers could probably even push 40 laps with how conservative they drive. So it's really going to be all over the board, but I did get a base of about 32 to 37, right around where you were at. So it's definitely going to be an interesting race, that's for sure, if we go green all the way.
Oh, yeah, well, I got it 28-36, so I try to add in early pit stop goers, you know, because we'll probably see some drivers come down early. So
and that is definitely a situation we could see late in the race. Like if we're kind of where they want to split the run in half and they want a short pit, we could definitely see that for sure tonight.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to watch on that. I think we're going to see some solid green flag runs here tonight. Pit road speed, 55 miles per hour. We got a 70 mile per hour pace speed here this evening, so a very good, solid pace speed. Pit road is a little slower, but it's still a good, solid speed for pit road. Old tires, though, getting in and off of pit road is going to be very tricky to try not to lock it down.
Yeah, try not to lock it down. But I will tell you, Josh, this is one of the widest pit roads that we go to on the circuit, probably next to Pocono Raceway, which we go to, I believe, in the Chase. But this pit road's very wide. It gives these drivers a lot of room. But it's very critical because they could still make mistakes, like you said, locking it down. Even some pit road incidents, which we have seen here in the last couple of weeks, even the last couple nights between our truck and our ARCA guys as well.
Oh, yeah. Pit road going to be tricky. Of course, this is just one of 2 races here at Auto Club. We'll get more on that for tomorrow night later on in the race this evening. But, Gary, before they get into qualifying, let's get down here to the top 12 in the points. I'll do this first 6. You do the next 6. We'll just go from there. Cale Gale. Boy, he's going to hate me for that one. Cale Gale in that top spot with 90 points. Cameron Hearn in second with 87.3 behind Cale. Ed Morris up 3 spots in the third with 84 points, 3 back. Scott McClendon going to stay where he's at in fourth with 81 points, 3 back. Willie Nelson currently running in fifth in points, 80 points overall, 1 point behind Scott. And GT Hawkins is going to move up 10 spots into 6th, 74 points. 6 behind Willie, but he's also tied.
Yeah, and that actually did help him a lot this week. You know, he did win last week at Las Vegas, so that definitely helped him in the standings. 7th place, we got Alan Elwood with 74 points, like you said, tied with GT there. In 8th place, we've got Chris Seidenfaden with 73 points. 9th place, we've got Danny Rogers with 69. 10th place, we've got Zach Willard with 66. In 11th place, up 14 spots from last week, is Garrett Heath. And rounding out the top 12, if the chase were to start today, rounding out the field would be Michael Atkins Jr. there with 59 points.
Yes, it is. This is the top 12 of the way it stands coming into tonight. Of course, we've still got 8 more races that includes tonight, so we're not nowhere near at that halfway mark. We're getting to that halfway mark of the regular season, 10 races in the regular season, and then, of course, 15 races overall, 5 in the chase, only with the top 12 in the points after round 10. But we'll get more into that later on. We're going to step away here real quick, play the national anthem, and then, of course, we've got some team points to go down for the Xfinity Series and a lot more stats, too, as well as Gary has done his homework, folks. So we will be right back. Alrighty, folks. We're back here live on MaxSpeedTV. Qualifying has come to an end here tonight. It looks like the top 12 are going to be set as followed. To receive that one extra bonus point for qualifying, it used to be that if you qualified and put in a legit qualifying lap, that you would receive the bonus point. Well, for those of you all that are new from last season to this season, that has changed. This season, it is only the top 12 drivers in qualifying that receive that extra bonus point. So you got to work a little harder at getting that bonus point. Right now, Chris Seidenfaden is going to grab the pole out here tonight with a 42-134. GT Hawkins in second, Mike Rominger third, Cameron Hearn fourth, Scott McClendon in fifth, and Austin Hill's going to round out the top six.
In 7th place, we've got Garrett Heath. In 8th place, Timothy Zayas. 9th place is going to be Gary Sexton. 10th place, Willie Nelson. 11th place, Casey Duncan. And rounding out that top 12, we're going to be a little biased here. My driver, your driver too, the MaxSpeedTV Ford in 12th place, Logan Keiss.
Yeah, running up there. That's the top 12 here in qualifying.
And he got that point by 1,000th of a second too.
Wow, 1,000th of a second. Well, we got the bring up those times here for you all and everybody out there to take a look. Yeah, we got a little bit of a late start here, but had to take care of final things before we went live. So, but we will be joined by up here halfway mark here tonight by Rick Bell, the sponsor. So big shout out to Rick Bell and RB's Custom Rigs for coming on board for the Xfinity Series. He's got an announcement to make, but we'll do that on lap 55 halfway here tonight. Gary, we got some team points to go down for the Xfinity Series, and I know you got some more stats as well. So, man, I'm going to turn it over to you here, bud.
All right. Well, for the team points, this is just Xfinity only going into tonight after Vegas last week. We've got Prime Time up top with 254. The VRA Virtual Racing Alliance with 243. East Coast Motorsports with 169. 4th place, Samson Motorsports with 160. 5th place, 4X Racing with 124. Evans Wells Racing, 123. 7th place is going to be Kickin' Asphalt Racing at 117. And then rounding it out is going to be Legacy Esports with 111.
All right. So I usually say BDE Legacy Esports, but that is still Legacy Esports. For everybody that does not know, everybody has their own way of saying things. So, but I got to give Gary a hard time too. You know,
it happened.
Well, Gary, the stats here, the trends, man. I know you got those coming into tonight. Go through that before we see who we have in chat this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so 2 out of the last 3 races here. Now, you guys know I normally try to do about the last 3 seasons worth of racing here at Extreme for these types of races. 2 out of the last 3. The winner of the race has led the most laps. The last 3 winners started outside the first 2 rows, so out of spots 1 through 4. They did not start there. Last 3 winners started outside the top 5. 2 out of the last 3 winners have started in row 4, actually. So watch out for, it looks like it'll be 7th and 8th place there. Garrett Heath and Timothy Zayas. And then let's see here. We only average about 2 cautions here, so this track really does promote a lot of spread out, long green flag runs. So about 2 cautions here every week, or every race that we come here to. And then in the last 3 races, we have had 1 green, white, checkered finish, and that was in season 13. So a couple seasons ago.
All right, so there is a potential we could see a green, white, checkered finish, but I think it's gonna be a lot lower than what we anticipate, Gary, because last week at Las Vegas, and I know I keep bringing that track up, but Las Vegas is it's a very unique mile and a half, and I know people compare it. I think I've heard people compare it to Chicagoland. I don't see a resemblance, but I do see something there. But it is a mile and a half. They only had 1 caution, so what's it going to take? Yeah, this track is huge. You're going to get a lot of draft here tonight, not like you would in the Cup. We'll talk more about the Cup later on, but you can get draft here, and you can get a lot of it, more than you can at Las Vegas. So we're going to see that drafting play a big factor here.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see that draft play a big factor here, especially down this long back straightaway. We're going to see that draft take into effect, maybe some slingshot moves. And again, Josh, that's why we were talking about even down on the front stretch too. That's why we'll see a lot of this 2-3 wide racing, because we'll see a lot of guys get runs on each other, and they'll definitely, try to use those early, especially after restarts. These restarts are going to be crazy. The tires are new. People are going to be aggressive and want to try to get every position they can.
Yes, you got that right. Well, they are in a driver's meeting here. So shout out to the admins here tonight. Live admins for every race they do here at Extreme. Jacob Lee here tonight, Calvin Herring and Brett Cool here this evening. So, and it looks like we also have Rick Donathan down there in the lobby. He may pop up in here tonight. We don't know what Rick's going to do from day in to day out. So if we see him in staging, we'll, of course, bring him up. But, Gary, let's take a look here real quick at who we have in this fantastic chat here this tonight. Looks like Cody Kapner, Joshua Gillian, Ron Douglas out there. Let me see here. Brian Odell, Kyle Knapp, a Racing Fan 99 in chat here this evening. Richard Bell, the sponsor out there, chatting it up with everybody. RF99 again. Brendan Kennedy. Let's see here. Got a pick for Cameron Hearn already by Brian Odell.
Yeah, it's a solid pick.
Solid pick, yep. Let's see here. And I scared the nitwits out of Brian because I wasn't talking at the beginning and he was scared. So it's all right. we're here. We're good.
We're here. We're not dead. We promise you that.
Yeah, well, we're here. Let's see here who we got. Again, looks like Caleb Beasley in chat. And I've seen Toby Keiss out there calling me Dr. Josh, as he always does. Zach Ogburn joining the festivities in chat. Jeremy Clifton. Oh, we got still
Blair
people.
Patterson said anything yet?
No, I don't think Blair said anything yet.
All right, well, he's racing, so that's a good thing.
Yep, looks like we've got a lock in for Kel Gale, no pressure. Monte Rickard going for GT. David Weishart out in chat. Looks like going for Chris Seidenfaden or the Samson Motorsports drivers.
Yep. And GT will be going for two for two because he won last week, so he'll be going for 2 in a row.
Yeah, he's looking to go back to back. And I
back
think,
to back. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, back to back. Like Trenton Branson out there, EWR for the win.
All right, good call there. Also, we did forget one thing, Josh. I want to go ahead and bring it up.
Yeah,
so we have our friend that we like to talk to a lot. Oh, Alan Elwood. So there is some things that went down last week after the race. He did have a situation where he was a little mad. And, tempers get the best of us from time to time.
Yep, they do. Got to keep your cool, though.
He did spin out a driver after the checkered flag last week. So with that being said, he got a 10-point driver's point penalty there. That's why he lost 4 spots. And he also got a 3-race probation, and that is for, I want to say, the next 3 Xfinity races.
I do believe so. It's tonight, next week. And then, of course, we're going to be off for 2 weeks. And then when we come back, he'll be on probation for that race. Now, this is all direct, folks, from the admins and from what we see in the admin stats book, from the penalties to everything. So we are getting this directly from the admin.
Yes, so he gets a 3-race probation, and that's just due. Hey, sometimes your emotions get the better of you, but at the end of the day, like you said, Josh, you just got to keep your cool, and if you don't, well, these kind of things are going to happen.
Yes, they can. Of course, we'll have some more later on to go over. Not tonight, but we'll have some more to go on. It looks like Jake is. I'm getting in trouble by Jake out there here tonight, and he said, "Did you forget someone, Josh?" And then he points at himself. Sorry, Jake. Yeah, I must have didn't see you out there. I was scrolling too fast. Glad you're out there, though, as always.
Well, hey, so I got, you want to go over picks?
Yeah, we can. Well, I think it's funny because we were talking about our picks here tonight, and you already had your pick, and then I was saying, well, let me choose mine, but don't tell me. come to find out, I actually picked the same person Gary did, and then he made me change it,
And
so
then,
I had to change it.
you said Garrett Heath. I said Garrett Heath
Garrett
first. You
Heath.
said Garrett Heath. Then I said you need to change it. And so who'd you pick, Josh?
I picked Gary Sexton here tonight.
There you go. There you go. And it is pure coincidence. You know how I said the last couple winners here started from the 7th or 8th spot? Look where Garrett Heath's starting in row 4.
Yep, currently in 7th here in qualifying. So, yeah, we got a couple of picks inside the top 10. You know, it is Auto Club. It is 110 laps here tonight. It's going to be, I wouldn't say a long race, Gary, for these drivers, but it is going to be a little on the hairy side. You know, it's going to be.
You could say long race. It is a little bit on the longer side. They did
longer
extend
side,
it,
yeah.
you know, by a few miles, because normally I looked at the last couple of races, and they're usually about 100 laps. So 10 more laps, you know, you get 20 more miles than you normally would the year before, which that can change drastically here in this series.
Yeah, it sure can, but yeah, you know, we're only, like I said, round 3. We still got a long way to go. So, well, waiting for these drivers to get out of the drivers' meeting here tonight. Looks like they got a few things that they are going to go over.
But they do roll call, and they talk about a couple other safety things, too. So.
Yeah, well, we do have 2 development drivers here tonight for the Xfinity. We forgot to go over those. We're going to do that now. Rick Christensen and Brad Slaughter Jr. are the development drivers. We do have one standby here tonight. James Thorndike is going to be the standby driver. Barely made it in, but he did make it. So, and there were so many people, Gary, that was looking to get in. They were unable to. You know.
Yep. Sometimes you get turned away at the door, and you know these drivers here that when they sign up, it's very important that they show up every week on time. Yeah, you get a couple provisionals and that kind of thing, but you know if you lose your provisionals, then you can lose your full-time ride. You could lose your full-time charter spot. So,
yep,
very important that these drivers make it every week, and they really try their best to make it on time and those kinds of things. So.
And this is the last series for standby drivers.
Right.
The Cup, they do not do standbys. So the only ones they allow in, of course, is your Cup Series drivers. And then if there is any developments, 4 races is all they get. So
yep,
if
and I'll be attempting a a development race tomorrow night. So when we come back here to Auto Club, I will be in that race tomorrow. So.
All right. Well, it looks like the drivers' meeting is over with. I am waiting here to see if we can get Mr. Chris Seidenfaden down here. I got to drag him here real quick. There he is. Chris Seidenfaden, buddy. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, grabbing the pole here tonight with a 42-134, man. Congratulations. 27 thousandths of a second ahead of GT Hawkins, but 110 laps. Drafting, tires, the whole 9 yards, man, everything's going to play a factor here tonight, buddy. Talk about it.
Yeah, tires will be the biggest part. You know, I used 12-1 on my qualifying, and I'm probably going to move up to 16-1 during the race. Not turn the wheels much and save those right front. I might drop back a bit. You know, I might fall, but that'll be a part of the strategy. Save some tire.
Oh, got to save the tire some way you can for sure, Chris. So we'll let you get back down there to Sampson.
Appreciate
it. You know, good luck down there, buddy. And we'll see you hopefully after 110 laps here tonight.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, Chris.
All right. Well, we ain't going to have time to interview anybody else, Gary. We got 55 seconds. I do try to get at least the pole sitter up here. I'm gonna have a talk there with Jacob Lee. You know, I got to give Jacob a hard time. You know, it is his. He is still doing his thing for admin, still learning, but man, he learns. Him and the guys down there do a fantastic job each and every week. Jacob Lee, Calvin Herring, and Brett Cool, man, they do an awesome job. So
yes,
they got their hands full here tonight. I can no doubt about it. 43 drivers out there, so yet again another full field.
Yeah, another full field, which means a lot of competition. And I tell you what, I'm looking at these qualifying times here, Josh. The fastest qualifier, Chris Seidenfaden, laid down a 42:13, right, or 1:34.
Yeah.
And then our last qualifier, the one that laid down a lap, Tom Massey, he laid down a 42.913. So about 0.8 of a second. If you want to go up a little further than that, it's usually about 6, anywhere from a half a second to about 0.8 of a second. So we're right within that window, but anything can happen.
Yes, it is. Well, let's go ahead and get them on the grid here tonight. Let me see here. Yeah, let me change that, get that off there. Everything is set. All right, the qualifying grid here tonight. Chris Seidenfaden grabbing the pole with the 42-134. Again, congratulations to Chris for getting the pole. GT Hawkins going to start on the outside of him in second here this evening. Mike Rominger third. Cameron Hearn in fourth. Scott McClendon fifth. Austin Hill in sixth. Garrett Heath, your pick here tonight, going to roll off seventh. Timothy Zayas in eighth. Gary Sexton, my pick here, going to roll off ninth. And Willie Nelson's going to roll off 10th.
And 11th spot, we've got Casey Duncan with his best qualifying effort this season, I do believe, so far. Somebody can fact check me if they want. 12th place, and getting that final bonus point, going to be Logan Keiss. 13th place, Brandon Fries. 14th is going to be Bryce Sinisak. 15th, going to be Michael Atkins Jr. 16th place is going to be Richie Evans. 17th place, Danny Rogers. 18th place, Nicholas Roman. 19th place, Michael Thwaites. And rounding out the top 20 is going to be Will Davis.
All right, Paul Irvin, 21st. Blair Daddy Patterson in 22nd. Zach Willard, 23rd. Blake Griffin, 24th. Danny Ware, 25th. David Elliott, 26th. Justin Gann, 27th. Darren Bruce, 28th. William Moore, 29th. Gary May, 30th. Gary, finish them out here tonight.
31st, we've got Tommy Haynes. 32nd, Alexander Brown. 33rd, Shad Curran. 34th, Joshua Gillian. 35th, Tom Massey. 36th, Cale Gale. Wow, he's starting. Yeah, I guess he didn't want to lay it down a lap tonight. 37th, Alan Elwood. 38th, Jeffrey Creek. 39th is going to be Ed Morris. 40th is going to be Rhett Nichols. And, of course, we've got James Thorndike in 41st, Brad Slaughter in 42nd. And rounding out the field is going to be Rick Christensen in 43rd.
Oh. All right. Now, development drivers can't qualify either, right?
Neither can the standbys.
And neither can the standbys.
Now, there is a loophole, and again, an admin can fact check me on this, and they can chime up in the chat if they want. The development drivers can qualify if they're substituting for a points driver on their team.
Yes, yeah, I do know that they can do that. I have seen that happen. I don't know if it happened this year yet, but I think it did happen last season.
Yeah, because I know I had to do that a couple of times when I subbed in for a couple drivers on the Cup side. So
yeah, if they are subbing in, a points driver can't make it, and they are subbing in for one of their points drivers, because they are allowed to do that, then they can qualify, and the points still count.
Yes. And I did want to point out keys to victory. You know how I have those every week. One most important thing, communication with your teammates, communication with your competitors.
Yep.
As you come down pit road especially, there have been some incidents the last couple nights, so the admins, I think, ripped them pretty hard here in the Xfinity drivers meeting tonight. Make sure they're calling out their pits. Secondly, pit road, minimize your mistakes. We saw a few incidences, so getting on and off pit road is going to be key. And then third, lastly, tire management. Let's see how these guys manage their tires tonight.
Coming out of 4, what do they say, Gary?
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time.
Pace car is off. Waiting for the green flag, but Chris Seidenfaden is not going to wait. He's on the loud pedal. Boogity, 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 folks. We're racing at the club here tonight for round 3 of the RV's Custom Rigs Xfinity Series.
Racing at the club.
The club, that's what I call it. I call it the club.
Well, we see Seidenfaden and GT Hawkins already running single file here, but like I said, man, once they get off turn 2, all bets are off. I wouldn't be surprised if we see 3 wide here on lap 1.
Well, looks like we're going to go 2 wide here toward the around Austin. Ooh, Austin Hill blinking out. Austin, get your stuff fixed, bud.
Come on, you would think for a real-life NASCAR driver he'd have the money for good internet. I'm just messing with him. It happens.
Gotta give him a hard time. Oh, we're going to see that. Still the side-by-side action here.
And
Gary Sexton.
Wide. Oh,
yeah.
I think I saw 3 wide further back.
3 wide further back. We're going to get that 3 wide medlock here tonight? Probably.
We will a couple times, I think. I do want to give a shout-out to Richie Evans. I forgot earlier.
Okay.
He is a former winner here at the Auto Club Speedway. He did win here in the Xfinity Series a couple seasons ago. So he is a former winner, so he'll be a guy to watch out as he climbs up from 16th.
All right. Ryan Douglas throwing in a new member for MaxSpeedTV, supporting MaxSpeedTV here tonight. Ryan, Thank you so much. Awesome to see that. Gonna have that MaxSpeedTV tag by his name, and gonna be representing chat out there, and the support, man. And of course, we support everybody and appreciate everybody out there that tunes in each week here. Lap 3, right up a bit on Chris Seidenfaden. The battle's still happening around Cameron Hearn. No, Timothy Zayas, my bad. That is the 51 of Scott McClendon here. Here comes the 23 of Garrett Heath and Gary Sexton right there together. Austin Hill fell back to 9th. In a line there as they go side by side. Teammates! 3 wide up front.
Well, I tell you what. I know you made that mistake on Scott McClendon, but hey, the VRA cars all look the same, so I get it. I made the same mistake too. 3 wide there for a moment, but these guys are going to figure it out here pretty early.
Oh, they're only on lap 4 here, so they got a pretty good, pretty good tires running out there, but they are going to start to fall off.
Oh, I saw 3 wide again on the back, coming down the back stretch here at the exit.
Let's see here if we can.
But they got it figured out.
Yeah, it happened so quickly. Battle for the lead up front. JT Hawkins going to the inside of Chris Seidenfaden. JT to the lead.
Go there. No contest there. We interviewed Chris. He said he was going to take his time here, mind his business here. These first couple of laps, he's done so. And he's just going to stay right here, right around second position, and fall back more if he needs to.
Well, here comes Mike Rominger.
Oh, we got a lap car here. We got the 40 car.
The 40, Josh Gillian.
Yep. We got a caution. I don't know what for.
First caution, we have a wreck. It looks, Blair the Daddy Patterson, it looked like. What happened? Man. Let's see here. What the MaxSpeedTV replays are for. Well, let's take a look here and see. Did he go sideways? Kind of what happened?
He had some help here.
All right.
From the 30 car.
Now the 30 is on the outside. That is going to be Justin Gann. Oh, they're going to go 3 wide. Well, almost 3 wide.
Turn one. It looked like as the 91 was coming down. I don't know if the 30 kind of pushed up the racetrack.
Oh, right there. Yep. There it was.
Looks like just a little racing incident there. Looked like the 30 drifted up into the 91, and the 91 goes around.
Yep. Right there, the 91 does go sideways in front of traffic, so that will bring out the caution. Cautions are not thrown by the admins.
No, and we've seen that several times where the cautions are not thrown by the admins because we have seen some pit road wrecks here before.
Yep.
And they don't come out. They if you wreck to below the white line of the racing surface, iRacing usually does not throw that as a caution. But I could see this pit road being decently busy here. We'll see what happens.
Well, I've been out here at about 5-6 laps. We'll see what GT Hawkins does here. It looks like he is going to start to come down pit road, and yes, he is going to be bringing them down. Yep.
Now, I would not be surprised here, Josh, if we see some guys maybe try that tire strategy here early. Yeah, I was just about to get to that. So it wouldn't surprise me here. We have seen drivers do it. I wouldn't do it. Just give me 4.
Give me 4 and be done with it. Oh, man, I do not like that camera angle for the exit of pit road. So let me move that in here and move it down for everybody. A little bit too far there. So, all right, now we got a good view.
Didn't get onto pit road very well at all. I'm looking at him here, and he's up against the pit wall. He's going to have to back it up. iRacing will let him here.
Looks
we talk about pit road being so wide, the widest stalls here, and even sometimes the best of us, we kind of mess up there.
Oh man, well it looks like it gave the lead up to Brad Slaughter Jr., who did not come down pit road, so that's going to put Rhett Nichols,
I think he stayed out there,
the first driver off of pit road with GT Hawkins in second, Cameron Hearn third, and Mike Rominger in fourth. Scott McClendon in 5th off of pit road. Like I said, Brad Slaughter did not come down. Well, you wanted to talk to him earlier. He started in 11th place. We got plenty of time. Go ahead and drag him up here, Casey Duncan.
All right, we'll do. Give me just a second. Casey Duncan, Gary Wells at the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. What's up, Gary?
Hey, man, just wanted to pull you up here for a quick interview. Saw you qualified pretty well tonight. Through 5 laps, how's your car?
It's doing all right. It's a little tight, but everybody else is experiencing the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us, how'd you, we normally see you not qualify the best. How'd you feel on that qualifying lap you made tonight?
I set it up with a nice runoff in turn 4 for the second lap. Thought I'd get in there, use the brakes a little bit, get in each corner a little hotter than I normally do. Not the greatest qualifier, but I can make the tires run, so.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll let you go here. You enjoy the rest of the race, and hopefully we'll see you later on.
All right, man. Take the Serve Pro Toyota to the front.
All right, absolutely.
All right, that's Casey Duncan for, I believe it's 4X Racing and not 4X Motorsports. I think I wrote it down here.
4X Racing, yes.
I wrote it down here at 4X Motorsports.
Yeah, 4X Racing, that is what they're known as. Brand new team this season, so. I did hear from Jacob Lee, almost called him Jacob Bell, oops. They are going to rule that as a racing incident, no penalties on either drivers between the contact of the 30 and the 91. Just bound for the same piece of real estate there on the racetrack, which is very typical here at Auto Club.
One coming up, one going down. You know, that's kind of what happens. Well, we're still under caution here. Let's drag somebody else up here. How about we go with Richie Evans in the number 31, currently running back here in 21st.
I think they're getting ready to go here soon, but yeah, we can pull him up. Where's he at?
That I don't know.
Is he in TeamSpeak? Let's find out.
Richie Evans.
Unless he's in the Xfinity lobby. I do not see Richie Evans.
I found him, but they are going to get double foul here, so let's wait.
Well, we'll hold off on that. Where'd you find him?
He is down there in ARG.
ARG?
Yeah, right below Amazon Racing, which is right below East Coast Motorsports.
Oh, I'm just blind. Right on. Okay. Yeah, next caution we can pull him up.
Yep, we'll get Richie Evans up here for the next caution.
So Slaughter stayed out, correct?
Yeah, Slaughter stayed out. Yep. About 9 laps.
That's bold strategy there, Cotton. But hey, if it works out for him, it works out for him.
Setting at 48 concurrent right here tonight. 26 likes, 1 new member here this evening. Not even halfway here tonight. Awesome job, everybody. Share it on your social media. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, MySpace, TikTok, whatever you have. And, you know, MySpace. If you have it, I got to do it. Get it out there. Let's get some viewers over here. Take a look at some awesome racing. Of course, you can visit MaxSpeedTV at MaxSpeedTV.com. You can take a look at the full schedule. Check out Extreme Motorsports at ExtremeMotorsports99.com for a list of their full race events from the oval to
delaying the green. Delaying the green here. Jacob Lee did not like what he saw there. He did tell the drivers on the backstretch to tighten up. I guess they did not do that well enough.
All right, extended caution here. So we are going to have an extended caution.
See, we could have pulled up Richie. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, we never know the time, though. We never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I know they do that sometimes. They make sure that everybody gets into their right spots. I think that's what happened there. So good call by the admins there to delay the green. Because we have seen where sometimes they miss it. I know ARCA Series last season, I remember the start, don't you, Josh, at New Hampshire?
Yeah, I know the start.
Yeah. So they have made mistakes before, but good call by them. You know, they're bunching them up again, delaying it one more lap. So hopefully they'll be able to. Hopefully these drivers get all bunched up here, and we'll go back to green here.
Oh, look at the inside line there, 1, 3, and 5.
I was just about to mention that too. You got Brad Slaughter, Cameron Hearn, and Scott McClendon, and all front 3 rows there on the inside. And Jacob Lee once again reminding the drivers, hey, make sure we're bunching up here. So they are doing that, and everybody's getting in line accordingly. We got 42 out of 43 cars on the lead lap here, Josh. Danny Rogers is the first car lap down and last.
Yeah, well, Danny is out there on the track. He's looking for a quick caution here. GT Hawkins looks like kind of pulling up there, getting right up there by that pace car, seeing what Brad Slaughter Jr. is going to do.
Looks like Brad's kind of lagging back, maybe.
Possibility?
But the leader does control the start and the restart here, so.
Brad Slaughter Jr. is the leader, non-GT. And Brad Slaughter is going to get the go. He's going to make the pass there, the 14. I don't know exactly what was going on up front there, but we are back underway here tonight.
Yeah, I'm not going to assume anything. I'm not quite sure what was happening there, but nonetheless, Brad Slaughter's still going to be your leader coming out of turn number 2.
Yeah, and he's got a teammate with Cameron Hearn and Scott McClendon now. Oh, side by side with a 14. Jeez, that was close.
Yeah, these guys are going to make it real close, real aggressive here. A lot of these guys, except for Brad, have brand new tires, so these guys are definitely going to try to get all they can the first couple laps, and I think we'll see them settle down.
Still watching Scott McClendon and GT. Garrett Heath, Gary Sexton. Right here, Mike Rominger, Austin Hill. Right behind him, Bryce Sidisak, Timothy Zayas, the top 10. Willie Nelson, Michael Atkins Jr., Brandon Freeze. All right here. Brandon's kind of mired in between, I would say 2 packs because they're really right there together, but he's really by himself. He's got the group up ahead of him with Michael Atkins and company, and the group right behind him with KC Duncan and company. So
yeah, he's kind of mired in between there. He's got a teammate right behind him there with KC, but yeah, he's kind of the Lone Ranger there, you know, running single file, and then it's kind of side by side all around him here.
Oh, very close between that two of Brandon Freeze.
Oh, they're 3 wide. Almost 4 wide down the front stretch here with Garrett Heath and company.
Get back up here. Well, they got it figured out pretty quickly.
As they usually do. They're only going 200.
Only?
Hey, you do hit about 190, 200 mile an hour at the end of these straightaways here, so these cars are fast here tonight.
Ryan Branshaw in chat. Sandra joining us here in chat finally tonight. Aren't they missing one? What are you talking about, Diach? Eeaitch. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
And I did want to throw in another fun fact here, Josh, about
go ahead. Fun facts here tonight on MaxSpeedTV.
When you see these guys go through turns 3 and 4, actually the apron down there is banked about just as much as the racing surface. So there is some grip down there. I would not be surprised if we see some of these drivers late in the run get at least their lefts below that white line, just to get themselves to turn a little bit better and get a little more grip.
Yeah, we went 3 wide there, as you was talking about, with the 09 to 14 to the 51. 51 fell back. 51 going to be caught up in the middle here again. The 22 of Timothy Zayas. He was looking to the outside, now coming through the triangle here.
Here he comes.
Yes,
Zayas is one of those guys where if he can get the run, he's definitely going to take it early and often. It doesn't matter what lap it is.
Not going to go 3 wide again just yet, but we got to get back here toward the back of the field here, where they are not single file yet with the Will Davis.
And that's what's so great about Auto Club, Josh. These guys are just going to be side by side, battling for every position all night long.
Well, if they don't get spread out, and it's a big possibility that they won't get spread out, but these cars don't have the big spoiler, that's all I'm going to say, like the Cup cars do. So
yeah, they don't have that big spoiler, so it doesn't poke as big of a hole in the air. But I can't remember if iRacing did include the update where I know NASCAR restricted these engines, gave them a restrictor plate for these type of tracks, and also some air ducts to try to poke a bigger hole in the air. I don't know if iRacing's done that, but I know NASCAR has done that with these Xfinity cars in the past when they go to places like Auto Club, Michigan, Indianapolis.
Well, if you really wanted to throw a kind of a dinger out there, you know, Auto Club in Michigan and Indianapolis, when you're bunched up together and really close together.
3 wide back here between the 11 and the 95.
Oh,
they got it sorted out.
3 wide. We're going to go 4 wide here.
And they can do that here in these cars.
They can.
I was going to tell you that we did a mock race here with our Cup drivers the other night, and they went 4 wide going into one at one point. So these guys can do 3 and 4 wide and stick it. So
I'd be putting some glue on my tires to get some grip. What I'd be doing.
yeah. After these tires wear out here, Josh, it's a really grady track. It wears out the tires quick. A lot of character in this place.
Well, I know
This is the original
we got
surface
3
from
wide
when the track was
again.
built. Yeah, we got 3 wide, just a little
Scott
bit everywhere.
McClendon. Okay, they're going to get it figured out. Looks like that was the 20 there of Willie Nelson. He's going to fall back. The 88, Zach Willard. Oh, that 3 of Michael Atkins Jr. all over the tail of Zach Willard as they come shooting out of 2 onto this backstretch. Still bumper to bumper here all the way throughout this track. Even when you get back here to the drivers that have kind of fallen
like 20th,
off.
and I'm kind of watching the back half of the field here, Josh. I am in turns 1 and 2. I'm starting to see you got that first lane right by the white line. That second lane on the first seam, I am starting to see that come into effect a little bit, get a little more momentum up there. So I think as these tires wear out, a little more rubber gets laid down the racetrack, we're definitely going to see at least 2 lanes in turns 1 and 2.
Well, I'm still seeing that side-by-side action up toward middle to the front pack here. Zach Willard, Timothy Zayas, Michael Atkins Jr., Willie Nelson, Brandon Freeze, now Nicholas Vroman, Hale Gale, Paul Irvin, William E. Moore, Will Davis. They're all still pretty much right here together.
They're all still right here together. Alan Elwood started 37th, only up to 24th so far. So I don't know if he's just taking his sweet time or what the case is there. But he is actually 22nd. I'm sorry. He is not moving up as fast as I thought he was going to here.
Oh, buddy Elwood out there. That's one of the other teammates here. Now, he is a points driver for VRA. Brad Slaughter Jr. is not tonight. He's not a points driver.
Well, he is a development driver.
Driver.
But it does still count towards the team point total, so in theory he is tonight.
Oh, it does?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So technically he is tonight. I did see that Jeffrey Creek was in here, so they've got 5 cars, I think if I count it right, for VRA here tonight in the Xfinity Series.
So
obviously one of them is not a points driver. I think Jeff Creek
that would be, I believe, Jeffrey Creek. I do not have those stats up in front of me right at this moment.
I'm too lazy to look right now.
Well, they've been out here about 15 laps, so they are within that fall off of about 10 to 20 laps. So we are seeing the speeds drop into the corners. I ain't worried about Cameron Hearn. He's 1.8 seconds ahead of Garrett Heath. So
and these guys will be using a lot of brake here, Josh, to get the car to slow down going into the corner, and even to get that car to pivot in the center. They want to get that nose planted to where they can ease back into the gas and go back full throttle as fast as they can.
Do you think they would get mad at me if I Logano'd it down into 1?
Are we talking about lifting the rear wheels off the ground?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they would.
Okay. Oh, Mike Rominger coming from, well, he started 3rd back into 7th, but he's still having a good run behind GT Hawkins, who started on the outside pole. Man, I got to get back here, too. Looks like we've got a battle here. Richie Evans on the outside of the 5 of Alwood. Casey Duncan dang near 3 wide again back here around Ed Morris, Will Davis, and David Elliott and company. So these guys back here, 25th, I'd say about 22nd on back, and about 26, 28. They're still racing it up right back here. All right, green flag here. Still waiting, boy. Cameron Hearn now 2.1 seconds ahead of Garrett Heath. Cameron Hearn not wasting any time of getting up front. That looks like single file throughout the track. On the 51, Scott McClendon. Good save by the 51 of McClendon. Wow. He did lose some momentum. He did fall back a spot or two. Now he's going to do battle here with his teammate, Brad Slaughter Jr. But, man, what a save by Scott McClendon. He would have not saved that. Boy, that could have been bad for everybody around him. Almost 3 wide. Looks like Brandon Free's going to somehow squeeze right in front of Timothy Zayas. And, boy, that was close. That is around 15. Right behind him, it looks like Alanoa Cale Gale on the outside of the 99 of William E. Moore. Now that apron there on that tri-oval is fair game, but you have got to be careful. One slip up and, man, it could really mess up your day. Oh! Timothy into the wall. Oh, he's trying to save it. That wall keeps grabbing him. Save it, Timothy. Save it, bud. And he does. He pulls it down somehow below everybody else. Oh, man. Timothy Zayas is going to have some heavy right front damage, smacking the wall twice. And somehow everybody managed to get around him, and he saved it. He didn't spin. But he is going to fall off.
Yeah, whenever you hit the outside wall like that, especially as the car is already tight, it's just going to get tighter.
Well, let's take a look here on that right front. And that camera angle again is messed up. So let's change it here. Oh, yeah,
you get
right
that rear
front.
change view, it's really crinkled up there in the right front.
Yeah, that right
Really, the
front.
whole right side is pancaked pretty good.
Oh, let's kind of pull this back a little bit. Yeah, oh, man, that right side for sure. Take a look at the right front. From this view, you can see that whole right side kind of pancaked in. I'm about to say campaked. But he's still out here racing it up. He has lost a lot of positions back to 31st. Hopefully nothing major on that car. But
yeah, he's definitely hoping at this point for a quick yellow here to get that damage repaired.
Well, let's see here. Taking a look at chat.
Looks like Cameron Hearn is about to hit some lap traffic here. I see a Samson car.
Oh, let's see. Go up here to Cameron Hearn.
He's about to lap our pole sitter.
Oh!
He's getting right near our pole sitter, Chris Seidenfaden.
Chris Seidenfaden had that mistake on pit road there, Gary. And right now he's all the way back here. Currently in 42nd. I think I see some nose damage.
Yeah, when you come down pit road, sure, it phases out the other cars, but you are not susceptible to nose damage, left side damage, right side damage. If you hit anything on that pit wall, that will mess up your car.
Oh, taking a look here, maybe a little bit, but I don't know if it's much on that 45. But he is back here, and it looks like he may get lapped here. We have Cameron Hearn, who is 2.5 seconds, a little over 2.5 seconds ahead of Garrett Eads. Single file throughout the track until you get back here to, guess who? The 31 of Richie Evans down to the inside of the 00. Here comes the 83 of Cale Gale, also dropping it down to the inside.
Yeah, these guys are racing hard right here. This is the next big pack right here. These guys, you got Richie Evans, like you said. You've got the 01 or the 001 of Brad Slaughter, Cale Gale. Brandon Free's also in this here battle as well. Looks like for about, what, 15th, 14th position, something like that. So these guys are really battling hard here. And we're over 20 laps into this run here, Josh. So these guys have really been.
Yeah, these tires
battling hard here.
really starting to play well, for some, they're starting to play a big difference. For Cameron Hearn, he's out there. 25 a lap run here. And he has got, it's fallen off now, about 2.5 seconds ahead of Garrett Heath. So, Garrett is kind of gaining some time there on Cameron Hearn. Austin Hill now up to third here, started 6th.
And that is one thing that Austin Hill, he and I were talking a little bit back and forth here in the last couple of weeks. That is the one thing that he has really been trying to work on, is that tire conservation. So this is really going to be put to the test here tonight for Austin to see how his skills have come into practice here.
Well, it looks like we have Diach out there in chat also paying attention to the contingency decals on the car. I don't know exactly who that is. I'm sure I would know if he would put his name in there, but I think you know who it is if you're saying that.
If I can make a guess, it's probably an admin.
Paying attention. That's what people do. They pay attention to the decals, and
it's to get the sponsors out there.
Exactly. And it could also be ATVO and Training Paint's not updating them correctly as well. I don't know. That's not me. The admins do take a look at that over the period, of course, of the race. But we got people paying attention, Gary.
Yes, we do indeed. And there are a lot of guys that really do pay attention closely and really care about the details. And if you care about the details, you're going to be pretty successful, especially in sim racing. Looks like they're 3 wide back here for a moment between Richie Evans and Paul Irvin, but they got sorted out pretty quick back here with Gil Gale.
I've been back here with Paul Irvin, now Brad Slaughter, Kelgale, Richie Evans. Yeah, they were all 3 wide for maybe a split second there, but nothing. People coming out pit road. Brad Slaughter, yeah.
He's going to start the trend here of these pit stops. I believe I see another primetime car. That is, I want to say, is that David Elliott?
David Elliott, you are correct. The number 42 also down pit road.
The 12 and the 42 look very similar, so it's kind of hard to see that from this angle. Well, Cameron Hearn is dealing with Chris Seidenfaden, trying to get around him now.
All right,
I'm hearing that Tommy Haynes is going to be making his first pit stop of the night under green.
Tommy Haynes, where is Tommy? There he is, back here running currently in 24th. It looks like, he is on that low side. He's slowing down. He's going to let everybody get around him. He is going to come down pit road.
And even with the tires worn out, and with as wide a pit road as this is, and as big a track as this is,
still have to be careful.
You still have to be very careful, especially on these older tires. You could definitely slip and slide to the inside of the pit wall there, and that could end your night.
Ryan Douglas out there saying, I think Austin Hill will make up and possibly win after last night's race issues. Oh, man, Austin Hill last night not having the race. Well, it was having a good race until he forgot to put fuel in that machine and ran out of fuel.
And he drove right through me a couple times, made it 3 wide in a couple different places. He was like the Magic Man. Now you see me.
Now you don't. Did they make a rule book about calling out pitting yet?
That is in the rule book.
That is in the rule book. Yes.
Yeah, that's already there. That's been in existence for a while now.
Yeah. You can come over the iRacing, say your number. I'm just gonna throw it out here. I usually use the number 6. So let's say I'm out there racing. And I cross the line, and I'm going to say 6, Joshua Medlock pitting this lap. That's all you need to say. Everybody should know. They haven't made it to where you can throw your hands out the window yet here in iRacing. So, I think that's what is allowed. Correct me if I'm wrong, Gary.
Yes, you are supposed to say your card number, your name if you want, when you're coming down pit road. I know some drivers, they have hotkeys on their wheel or on the keyboard if it's right in front of them. They'll hit a certain button on the keyboard, and they'll flash it a couple times saying pitting in, pitting in, pitting in. I know when I spot for people, I usually call it out, and I'll say it a couple times. So like, say I'm spotting Blair Patterson today. He's in the 91. I'll say 91 pitting this time, 9-1, just to get everybody an idea of who's coming down. And pit road is a very busy place, I'm seeing.
Now, Austin Hill coming down. All right, Austin, put fuel in your car. That's all I'm going to say here. James Thorndike down pit road. William Evor down pit road. Chad Curran also now coming down pit road.
Yeah, starting to be a very busy place here. We're starting to get within that fuel window.
I like picking on my drivers, you know. I like picking on the drivers down there when there's mistakes happen from previous races, you know. Let them know that we do pay attention. Waiting here, we got Gary Sexton coming down. Scott McClendon. Garrett, he's coming down.
Yep, well, and we're going to start to see the leaders come down here. It's always interesting to see who will be the one to start the trend amongst the leaders. It looks like Garrett Heath is going to be that driver, pitting out of, I believe, the second position. So, I will say about the whole fuel thing, I know with Austin Hill, it's happened to a few other drivers. You will hit the fuel button to fill your tank up.
And it won't do it.
And it won't do it. Or if it does, it'll put in like a gallon.
Yeah.
What'd you see?
I'm watching chat here. I'm not going to read during chat there. I'd suggest you not going to read what he said. Well, I will. Oh, well. He said, well, spot for Blair and tell him Carlo. That's what he said.
Oh, well, you know.
I don't know who it is.
I would imagine probably somebody that's representing Justin Gann. But I am up here in the booth. I may endorse that he's on my team. I'm just gonna leave it at that right now.
Yeah, we do not get into any admin stuff, folks. So please.
And we're seeing Zach Willard coming down pit road this time, amongst a few other cars as well. A lot of the VRA cars. I think that's GT Hawkins also
Happy,
coming down.
That is your second warning, Happy. You get one more warning.
Uh-oh.
And if you do not stop bashing people, you will be banned. That is the last warning from me and MaxSpeedTV and my admins that you get. We will not have that here in our chat.
Thank you. Looks like I'm seeing Will
Davis going sideways.
Who?
Danny Ware in the 19 sideways. In the grass, there is no caution.
No caution because he's below the racing surface here. Let's see what happened to him.
We will go back here on the MaxSpeedTV replay and take a look as, of course, pit road is busy here tonight. But what happened to Danny Ware in that number 9? Maybe a product of these older tires.
Yeah, these when you stay out on older tires, you're about 3 seconds slower than the guys that are on new tires. So you really have to watch.
That's what happened. I missed it. Let's see here. Danny Ware. Looks like maybe some contact there with the 11. That is where it happened. That contact with the 11.
And the 11 is also coming down pit road, Casey Duncan.
That upset that number 19 machine. So we get back up live here. Brandon Freeze up front. That is Freeze, not Pride, for everybody out there tuning in.
I still like to pick on Brandon. I always ask, you want fries with that?
Gary May up into second. Joshua Gillian up to third. I got Tom and Massey fourth.
I think we're going to see these guys pit here. I think I did hear Brandon say he was going to pit here in the next couple, so here he goes.
Yeah, Brandon down pit road. It looks like we've got Gary May down pit road. So we'll keep an eye on Gillian here. Looks like he is also going to come down pit road. Tom and Massey will be the last driver aside from Joshua Gillian yet. All right, so Tom and Massey down pit road now. Now, Chris Seidenfaden is also yet to pit. Now, he is also coming down pit road. So, everything is going to reset here after the green flag pit stops, and Cameron Hearn is going to be our leader here this evening after everything comes back around.
Yep, and it looks like Garrett Heath has actually gained some time here on Cameron Hearn, so maybe him pitting a little early or getting a little bit off sequence there with Cameron Hearn might help him a little bit. But again, that's just where it goes back to entering and exiting, pit road. If you get a really good entry onto pit road, that really sets up your stop really well. Trying to see if we have any battles here.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm looking at here. Everybody pretty much spread out. Well, I mean, they're not.
We got Bryce Sinesak and Mike Rominger, nose and tail, along with Zachary Willard. Zach Willard, I'm sorry.
Zach Willard, Zachary Willard, the Willard. The guy that you don't want to blink when he's around you because you don't know what's going to happen. Zach Willard, man, he's a good racer. He really is.
Yeah, I like his driving style.
All right. Well, like I said, folks, lap 55, we're going to be pulling Rick Bell down here for an announcement live on MaxSpeedTV with Extreme Motorsports and 99.com. The sponsor for the Xfinity Series. He has a very important.
Elwood come off on the radio here. He said he had a problem. I think he hit the wall.
Alan Elwood. Oh,
not the 9 one.
Well, Sonic, man, glad to have you out there in chat. It is great having the two NASCAR. Man, I think I'll be watching that number 7, though, Ed Morris. He's a little sneaky.
Yeah, it looks like he did not qualify tonight either, but he's all the way up here to 20th spot. Running pretty good. And Cale Gale does drive for Prime Time. Ed Morris does own that team, so he found himself a nice little pickup there over the offseason.
I got to watch the 31 there of Richie Evans. These two are pretty much nose to tail with each other.
Yep, battling here for the 19th spot.
And these guys, you know the one thing I love about Extreme? And I know there's 100 more, but the one thing I love about Extreme is you never know how extreme it's going to get. You never know what's going to happen out there on the track. You can guess, but you don't know.
Yeah, because I was looking at some trends here for these last few races, and I was looking at Cup from last season. I was looking at the Cup trends for when I had to spot Michael Mueller last week for Vegas, but it was crazy. The race last season had a lot of cautions. It had like 7 or 8, 9 cautions. And then the season before that only had 3. So it's kind of like you never know what you're going to get race to race, but you can always have a general guess of what's going to happen.
Yeah, just a general guess. Oh, Paul Irvin into the outside wall. Slowed him down. He's going to lose several positions there. He's going to be back to 14. David Elliott coming up on him now in the 42. That 8 is going to have to get back up to speed here. If he does not, David Elliott is going to make that pass on him. But the Auto Club is famous for the wall. I mean, it is, even though it's wide, Gary, you still, when you hit the wall, it will grab a hold of you, and it won't let go.
Oh, no, it really doesn't. You would think turn 2 would have more problems with the outside wall because it's a much narrower exit, but nobody really hits the wall off of turn 2. It's always a wider portion of the track. You always try to be right on the edge there. Exit turn 4. Sometimes it just causes you to get up into the wall. It just happens.
Yeah,
almost like a Darlington stripe.
Yeah, pretty much. This is the Auto Club, the club stripe. You get the club stripe on your vehicle. Brennan Kennedy in chat said, oh, making an extreme joke there. I get it. Yeah, I like my puns for sure. I'm watching a battle here, though, between Mike Rominger and Zach Willard. These two being at it for about a lap or two. Now, Zach Willard is going to get around Rominger there, but he's still putting that pressure on that number 88 machine. They got a battle, probably presuming, battling up here right behind them with the 38 of Will Davis, and I think that is the 20 of Willie Nelson, and it is.
Yes.
So we got a battle back here, between these two drivers as well. Kind of caught in the mix here. Michael Athens Jr. in between these two battles that's going on.
Yeah, these guys are definitely battling it out here. Getting really close here to halfway. But still a long way to go. But yeah, got some decent battles here. Even though they're outside the top 10, top 5. We like to hit on these guys that are battling here around top 15, top 20 area.
All right, well, we got Rick Bell ready to rock and roll here down in the staging. We'll bring him up here in just a second. So, well, we're almost at that halfway. So let's go ahead and drag him up here tonight. Rick Bell from RB Custom Rigs Xfinity Series, the sponsor here tonight. Rick Bell, buddy, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing all right, Rick. Well, awesome racing out here tonight. Before we get to the announcement, bud, these guys, they're running Auto Club like it's, Daytona.
Yeah, it looks pretty good so far.
Well, alrighty, Rick. Well, I know you got an announcement you need to make here tonight. I'm going to turn the mic over to you here this evening. We will mute, but we can still hear you, bud. Mic is yours.
Thank you, Josh. All right, just quick shout out to Garrett Heath and Eddie Morris, but on to the announcement. So for the top 3 of the series, so at the very end of the last race, so the championship of the series at least, I will be giving corresponding plaques to the top 3. So, first place plaque, second place, and third place. But on top of that, I'm also going to be giving out Amazon gift cards. Third place will get a $50 Amazon gift card. Second place will get a $100 Amazon gift card. And first place will get a $200 Amazon gift card. So some extra motivation for everyone to do their best during the series. And that was my announcement, Josh.
All right, Rick. Well, glad to have you on board coming for the Xfinity Series for Extreme Motorsports and 99.com. I've seen some of the products out there that you've been working on that you have done, and I got to say, your stuff out there. So if anybody is in the market for a computer, please check out RB Custom Rigs at RB Rigs on Facebook, facebook.com/RB Rigs. Now, Rick, if you have a website, I do not have that, so...
Right, Josh. It's on my Facebook page.
Okay.
It's up and running. I still got to tinker around and everything, but everything's functional at this point right now.
All right. Well, Rick, glad to have you. Like I said, bud, any other final thoughts, shout-outs you want to give before you go back and enjoy the racing here tonight?
No, I'll let you guys get to your job. You guys are doing great. Everyone keep up the great racing out there.
All right, like I said, folks, this is Rick Bell from RB Custom Rigs. Rick, glad to have you, bud.
Thank you, Josh.
Uh-huh.
Well, I see Rick Donovan in the staging room. You want me to pull him up?
Yeah, let's go ahead and pull up Rick Donovan up here real quick. Joining us up here in the booth, the owner of Extreme Motorsports, does a lot behind the scenes that, well, even myself don't even know every detail, but Rick Donovan, awesome racing out here tonight by these drivers. Get a little spread out here after that green flag pit stop there. And yeah, we will be coming up again here, I would say, in about 20 or so laps on another round. Spread out, not many battles going on right now. Bud, how you doing tonight, first and foremost?
Holy Lord, I think they did 15 laps by the time he introduced me to come in here, Gary. What do you think?
Hey, he's got to do what he's got to do.
Wow, holy moly. Yeah, I'm doing fantastic. How about you, Joshua? How you doing up here in the booth tonight? Gary, I tell you what, Joshua, hush. Gary, how are you doing in the booth here tonight?
Well, pretty good. Just kind of keeping an eye out throughout the field, kind of doing my own little rundown, seeing what's going on. But looks like everybody's staying pretty clean and green so far.
Fantastic. Well, I tell you what, Gary, last night you did a great job out there, I believe, in the truck series. Is that right?
Yeah, I was running pretty good up there in the top 10. If I didn't speed on the last pit stop that I made, I probably would have finished up there, but we'll take 22nd.
Well, you had a good performance out there last night. Tell you what caught my attention was the colors on that MSTV truck that you had out there last night. That thing is a very sharp-looking truck. Did you paint that yourself?
I did not. That was Norton Racing Designs. They've been a painter for us here in the last few years between Downforce and myself, so he does a really good job. If anybody needs a paint, that's usually who I recommend.
Fantastic. Well, I tell you what, tonight we are seeing some excellent racing out here on the track tonight. Cameron Hearn, right now, I tell you, he's sitting pretty good up there, ain't he, Josh? Garrett Heath, Austin Hill, those guys just, I tell you, they're just counting the laps down here, waiting to see what in the world we're here to expect. I don't believe we've seen a caution yet happen here tonight.
We did have one early, around lap 10, lap 5 or so, actually. But, yeah, that's really been the only one. Other than that, it's been clean and green.
Fantastic. Well, I tell you what, Joshua, it is time to make that call. We need to find out on lap, right now we are on lap 60. So let's just go ahead and say lap 85. Lap 85, we gave some decals away to some of the fans out there. We got some people tuning in with us here tonight. Let's give some more decals out tonight. Let's just say to 3 of the people that you wish, Joshua, Medlock, you and Gary, whoever is in, let's say, 14th place on lap 85. Folks, if you're tuning in with us out there, you tell us who you think will be in 14th place on lap 85. And Joshua is going to get your email address. He's going to get your information. That way he can send some decals to your front door.
All right, I'm writing it down here, Rick. I got lap 85, and the position.
14th place, Josh.
14th. All right, so I got it wrote down here.
If it stays the way it is, it looks like it'll be Will Davis.
All right, Will Davis.
But y'all predict that. Y'all predict that. Lap 85. I can't even predict that.
Well, I'll tell you what. And also, let me just tell you, Joshua, what your email address is. When you guys win and you're ready to get your decals, make sure to send Joshua Medlock at ExtremeMotorsports99.com an email and let him know where we need to ship these decals to. Did you catch that, Joshua? Did you catch your email address?
Yes, I do have it, buddy.
Fantastic. If you would, just go ahead and write that down so that way you'll remember it.
I got it right here, bud.
I'm writing it down myself, too.
Fantastic. Well, I tell you what, guys.
Any complaints? I'm going
to get out of the booth here. Man, it's a pleasure having you guys up in the booth here tonight. Fantastic racing that we're seeing out here on the track. And, hey, I want to say special thanks out there to the people tuning in with us here, watching us week to week, watching these guys, supporting these guys. Tell you what, it's phenomenal.
Well, Rick, we appreciate it, buddy. You know, you guys, you know, with everything that you got going on and doing this as well, man, producing some awesome racing out here each and every week. Well, I'm glad to be a part of it. Up here in the booth calling the action. Oh, Rick Nichols going to slap the wall there for a second. But, Rick, man, this is amazing, bud.
Fantastic. Guys, y'all have a good night, and I'm going to get out of here.
All right, bud.
All right, Rick,
Thank you. All right. Well, still spread out here. Got a few battles going on. Like I said, Rick Nichols slapped the wall there. And then I got told to hush by Rick Donovan. Wow. Looks like we got Gary Sexton trying to make his way back up toward the front. Bryce Sexton, Scott McClendon right there.
Fifth place there. I did notice that Cameron Hearn is starting to face a little bit of lap traffic. He already got around some, but it looks like he's. Oh, we got a caution.
Oh, this is going to change things. Oh, Tommy Massey.
The 05.
Oh.
Tommy, what did you do?
Well, we're about to find out here on the MaxSpeedTV replay. Looks like lap 85, position 14th. We got some picks out there for Davis and company. We'll take a look here at what happened to Tom Massey. Did he get help?
Now, just because I said Will Davis does not mean pick Will Davis.
Oh, the 88 gets into the wall. The 05 pushing up. It looks like trying to make that turn. And then right there, he is going to slap that 88. That's going to send the 05 sideways on the track. iRacing issued it as a caution because he is on the track. So he didn't get it pulled off.
See that. It all blacked out on my end. So good
call. All right. Well, that is what happened here. We'll let the admins take a look at it. I know Jacob Lee is having issues with replays as well, Gary. So
he's kind of watching you tonight. You're the man.
Yeah, but he also has his help up there. He's got it. Looks like I said, Brett Cool and Calvin Herring.
Calvin Herring, yeah.
So he's got his help up there to help him out. But we are over that halfway mark here tonight. We're going to step away.
They were about to pit here soon.
Okay, so yeah, they are going to pit here too. While they're pitting, we're going to step away here, play a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back, side by side here tonight. Alrighty, folks, back live here on MaxSpeedTV. They made their pit stops, and it looks like Joshua Gillian doing Joshua Gillian things out there on the track. He is now going to come down pit road. It is going to give the lead back up to Cameron Hearn, who has really been the dominant force out here tonight. He's been so tough here this evening. Just gets the good jump, gets in that clean air, doesn't have anybody really around him. But lap 68 of 110 here tonight. I think Cameron is going to have some issues, with some of the drivers. And, I'm talking about battles, not, with, tippers or whatever. But battles out here. Garrett Heath been really strong. Bryce Senasack, Scott McClendon, a teammate. And, of course, Gary Sexton now running up in that 5th position. So it may not only be a battle on the track, but it is a potential. It could be a battle here between broadcasts here tonight, Gary.
Well, yeah, absolutely, for sure. But I will say this is going to be Cameron Hearn's first real test here tonight. Sure, he's been tested with lap traffic every now and again, but they've been letting him go pretty much flawlessly all night long. This is going to be a real test for him. No pit stops here, just a straight up, head-to-head restart. Who's going to get the position coming out of turn 2? So it's going to also be interesting to see which line he decides to go with as well, because on the inside, he'll have Bryce Senasack behind him for prime time. If he chooses the outside lane, he's going to have a teammate, Scott McClendon, right there in the 4th spot. So going to be interesting to see how it all shakes out, which line he goes with. And, of course, with Garrett Heath as well in that second spot. How good of a jump is he going to get?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
those are a couple different things that we'll be watching on this restart.
I got to talk about the restart. Now they are going to get the one to go here this time, and it's
And we got 3 wave rounds there, of course.
going to be Cameron Hearn. Going to be on the
Outside.
always chosen the outside line
He has
here.
chosen the outside line there.
I see him now, outside line. Garrett Heath on the inside, so. Michelle out there in chat. Michelle, as always, glad to have you out there tuning in. I know you don't stay long, but man, glad to have you nonetheless out there in chat tuning in here on MaxSpeedTV again here tonight. All right, well, hopefully the hubby is doing okay, Michelle.
Who's she talking about? She root for
husband.
anybody in particular?
She didn't say.
Just hanging out. Gotcha. I know that there are some significant others, whether it be wives, girlfriends, whatever. They normally cheer for their drivers, for sure. So, really big deal on this iRacing deal.
Yeah, well, Gary, get him going here, buddy. Coming out of 4.
All right. Well, the pace car is still on the track. Going to wait for him to get off. Dives off to the safety pit road. Cameron Hearn in control of this restart here. He's going to get a push from his teammate. Green flag back in the air. Going to be interesting. Side by side, 2 wide, all the way through this field. Of course, until the exit of turn number 2.
Yeah. They can't change lanes before the start finish line, and they can't go 3 wide before the exit of turn 2. But after turn 2, well, guess what? It's fair game.
Yep, fair game here. Cameron Hearn, of course, got an excellent jump once again.
Yeah,
I was waiting for Scott McClendon to pull a crossover maneuver there after Garrett Heath completed that pass for the second spot.
I'm not even going to stay on. Well, Garrett Heath is going to go into second here. But I'm not even going to go on a Cameron right now. I did for a second there. But, yeah, we'll wait and see for the battle for the lead.
And these guys are battling 2-3 wide here. Not quite 3 wide, but 2 wide for sure back here.
Gary Sexton, GT, Nicholas, Mike Rominger, Ed Morris, Richie Evans, Will Davis, Michael Atkins Jr.
Yeah, all these guys back here. You could throw these cars under a blanket right here in this pack.
This is those tires, those fresher tires, 10 to 20 laps. You can pretty much, if you hit your marks, you can go full throttle.
Oh, well, you can't go full throttle here just because of how tight the car is.
Okay, you can go maybe almost full throttle.
Almost. There you go. I know that these guys are dragging the brake here tonight throughout the whole run just to get that car slowed down. You're really not going to be able to roll out like you could in maybe the truck or the cup car here, where you could roll out and not have to hit the brake. These guys are hitting the brakes here tonight.
Well, who do we have currently right now in that 14th spot? It looks like Austin Hill.
Who would have thunk
it? Yeah, now it is. Who would have thunk it?
It will change, I can promise you that.
Lap 72 here. That's going to be on lap 85.
Am I allowed to make a pick?
No, we can't pick. Sorry.
Oh, we can't.
No, we can't pick.
Darn it.
Because we have the advantage,
Oh, well, that's we do have that 30-second advantage, don't we?
Yeah. Right now it's going to be tuning up the man Nelson in that 14th position. But he's got Casey Duncan there all over the back of him.
It's going to be a wild battle here for 14th. Obviously I can't. Well, I'm going to make a pick anyway.
Yeah, go ahead and make a pick, but it don't count.
Duncan, screw it. Casey Duncan, he's coming here in a couple laps.
All right, well, I am looking in chat here. I do see some picks. And
I know a lot of them picked Will Davis.
Yeah, they did pick Will Davis. It looks like...
It's like predicting the weather.
Yeah, you never know. Well, Arkansas weather at that.
Yeah, Indiana weather there too, though.
Michael Jr. in 14th at lap 85. Well, he's currently running in 11th right now, so I don't...
It's a good possibility.
I don't know.
You never know. But it looks like there's a nice battle here between Gary Sexton and GT Hawkins here. Looks like GT is going to take that position away.
All
Or
right,
keep it there
GT.
from Gary Sexton.
Oh,
And also
GT,
one of the
Gary,
primetime
Nicholas
stars
Vroman.
there. Nicholas Vroman's right there. Mike Rominger.
Over the halfway mark, these guys, oh, they still bunched up here enough to do a crank it up cam here. I think they are. Let's do it. Let's crank it up here tonight on MaxSpeedTV, folks. Crank it up. Alrighty, folks, back live here on MaxSpeedTV. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the crank it up cam there as we get back to the action up here on the racing surface. A single file, but yet still some battles going on as I look back here with the Nicholas Vroman. He is going to go to the inside of the 9 of Mike Rominger. Going to make that pass cleanly. But Mike is all over the back bumper there of Nicholas.
Yeah, and I am starting to see this battle for second starting to heat up just a little bit. I did notice as we were going back live, I was watching Scott McClendon actually in the 51. Did a little bit of off-roading on the front stretch. Got his left front tire there into the grass, but he still kept it straight. But yeah, here on lap 80, I'm starting to see the 23, the 51, and the 09 even throw a blanket over these guys here.
Yep, watching them here from Garrett Heath to Scott McClendon, Bryce Setasak to GT Hawkins. Now, GT back at about 0.2 of a second, so he's not really right up on the back of the 09 of Bryce Setasak. Looks like Bryce kind of falling back a little bit, but yeah, it looks like coming out of the corner, Bryce is getting that run, but just can't seem to get around Scott McClendon or get up there to him to get that nose in there.
Yeah, he's able to really get a good run coming off the corner, but it just seems like that 51 tucked up behind that 23 car, Scott can just really extend that, get a little more power at the exit of the corner.
All righty, folks. Well, coming up here in the next 3 laps. 4 laps. My bad. That will be 4 laps.
We'll let you get away with it.
Now, coming up here,
Just want to
3
give an
laps
update.
this time,
My
Bob.
pick has been accurate. So if Casey can hold on to it for 3 laps here.
Casey Duncan currently running there in that 14th position.
If I'm right, I will retire.
Well, he's got Will Davis behind him in the 38. You know, he's not right up there on him, but he is behind him. So we'll have to watch Casey. We'll also have to watch and see if KC can get up there with Willie Nelson and make the pass on Willie. Maybe push Willie back to 14th. So,
yeah, but not really a whole lot of battles going on here, Josh. I've been kind of roaming through the field here since we had to crank it up, and not really a whole lot of passes going on right now.
now, not a whole lot of passing. Well, I'm back up here with Lewis at the 99, 95.
So
Back here with a 90.
Moves.
95 of Roman. He's around Gary Sexton, Mike Rominger, and Ed Morris. Now, Nicholas Roman did get around all 3 of those drivers, but he's bringing the 9 of Rominger with him.
Yeah, Roman is one of those guys, doesn't really get talked about a whole lot on this team, but he is very good.
Yes, yeah, he is very good. Well, coming to lap 84 this time by, so 1 more lap here tonight, lap 85. We will look at, what.
Oh, contact between the 7 and the 13.
Oh,
13
Gary Sexton and the 7, Ed Morris.
I think Eddie just pushed up just a slight bit, going through 1 and 2 there, and Sexton was there, like just one of them racing deals. Ed just trying to get down to the bottom, and then all of a sudden the car just wouldn't turn, and Sexton just had nowhere to go.
All right, well, Gary Sexton coming down pit road. That's going to put Will L. Davis right there in 14th place, cross the stripe at lap 85 here tonight.
And there was some more scrambling back here as well. Looked like Michael Atkins got up into the. Michael Atkins got up against the 3 there, or the 31. I'm sorry, and he went through the grass. He saves it.
All right. Well, now Danny Ware currently running in 14th, but crossing the stripe, I believe it was Will L. Davis.
Yeah, I think you're right. Will Davis there. He's going to get it here. Coming off of turn 4 to complete lap 85.
Okay.
Well, maybe not. Hold on.
Hold on. We're going to take a look at it here.
They're side by side. I think it's going to be Will Davis. I think he's going to get that.
All right.
No,
so
it's going to be Danny Ware. Danny Ware's in 14th. Sorry.
Danny Ware.
He's the winner. If anybody picked Danny Ware, you win. I'm going to retire.
All righty, folks.
Actually, I can keep my job because Casey didn't get.
All righty, folks. Well, there is my email address here tonight. Had Gary take a look at the replay there. We're still under green here tonight. But it looks like it was Danny Ware.
13, you're right. He did go down pit road. He's in 35th. A lot more cars coming down pit road. Pit cycles are starting.
Pit stops happening here tonight. And of course, I know Rick Donovan is down there watching and paying attention. We might have to pull Rick up here because that was really close.
Got a lot of pit stops happening. Looks like Richie Evans. The 38, Will Davis, is on pit road.
Yep, Richie Evans, Davis, Bruce. Let's see here. Cale Gale on pit road.
Yep, he's just now exiting. Looks like the 42, David Elliott. It looks like the 27, Darren Bruce, like you said, yeah.
All right, Cameron Hearn, the leader, coming out pit road. All right.
Yep, I did hear him call, and a lot of the leaders here, too.
A lot of them coming out now.
Time.
All right, well, let's get Rick back up here real quick. I know he was giving away some stickers here tonight. for the call. But, man, it was so close out there, Rick. We had to go replay it. Well, Gary did. We're still under green flag, but it looks like Danny Ware is going to be in 14th here on that lap. But, man, it was so close between Danny Ware and I believe
Casey Duncan, a couple other guys. That 14th spot changed like 3 times that lap.
It was close, but
Fantastic. Well, hey, do you got our winners out there? Who's our winners out there?
I don't think anybody picked anyone.
Let's see here. Let me go back up through the chat here. Looks
like Jacob Bell called Ware. He said he called Ware.
He said he called Ware. All right. Well, Jacob Bell, get some stuff.
Jacob Bell, get some Extreme Motorsports and 99 stickers. Now, this is just the beginning here, folks, for what Rick has planned. I don't know every detail. He won't tell me, so I can't relieve that information here. But right. This is just the beginning here, folks. So,
more pit stops happening. Garrett Heath, our leader, is coming down pit road now.
Yes, he is. Well, I think it's Jacob Bell. Yeah, like you said there, Rick. So, We'll let you go through chat here and decide on who you choose.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get Jacob Bell. Mate, let's go ahead and shoot him your email address out there, Joshua. Now, have you forgot your email address since the last time I told you?
No. I got it wrote down, and it's already in chat, so we're good.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, Jacob Bell, make sure to email Joshua Medlock your shipping address. We're going to ship you some ExtremeMotorsport99.com decals right to your front door. Thank you for supporting these guys. Also, you are a member here with us at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. I tell you what, who else did some guessing out there? Who do we have out there that is just a fan that doesn't race here at Extreme that's tuning in with us?
There was a bunch of them here, Rick, that really, oh, 99. Man. Racing Fan 99, it looks like, let's see here, that don't race. Okay, RF 99. It looks like Trenton Branson also made a pick. Jacob Lee admitting here tonight, he said, can he make a pick? So, you know.
No, Jacob, you can't make a pick. I couldn't make a pick.
It looks like Sandra Gillian making a pick here. Of course, that's the mom of Joshua Gillian, who is racing. She made a pick, of course, rooting on that number 40.
Let's do this. Instead of going down the whole list, Joshua, Gary, I want you guys to choose 2 other people. Let's send some decals to their front doors out there. Let's get some ExtremeMotorsports99.com merchandise out to some of the folks that's coming in and tuning in and watching and supporting these guys out here on the track tonight. I'm going to let you guys choose. Get the email out there to them. Get their information. I'm anxious to get it in their hand.
Give one to Trenton Branson, their Medlock, and you can pick one more after that.
Red
Nichols has once again hit the wall here tonight. Again, he's not having the night he was hoping for. He is the leader, though.
All right, so we've got Jacob Bell and we've got Trenton Branson. I'm gonna go with man, a lot of people out there to choose from here tonight. I appreciate the support from everybody. I'm not picking Jacob Lee; he don't count.
What about me? No, I'm just kidding.
You don't count either. Man, this is hard to do, Rick. It really is.
Just wait. Soon we may be giving away T-shirts on here. Who knows? We may even give a trip to Joshua Medlock's studio while he does a MaxSpeedTV broadcast one night.
Oh, that would not be smart. That would not be a smart idea. But you know, I'm gonna go out here on a limb, and I'm gonna pick. Man, this is hard. This is so hard. Brennan Kennedy. We'll go with that one. Brennan Kennedy, Jacob Bell, and we will go with Trenton out there. I will put my email in again in the chat here tonight. Send me your shipping information. I'll get all that over to Rick Donathan, who is still up here in the booth with us here tonight. So, Rick, That's the 3 picks we're gonna do here, man. You put me on the spot.
Fantastic.
I had
I'll
to
tell
make
you
the
what.
picks for him. Let's just leave it at that.
Awesome. Well, I tell you what, we're going to get some other things before too long. I tell you, these things have got my mind thinking we got to get a web page up where we can do some more interaction with our fans out there to be able to tune in and be able to interact on that page. So I got to get some things figured out, but we're going to make some things really cool for these folks tuning in with us here. So tell you what, guys, I'm going to let you guys get back to it, and I will talk to you guys later. And again, thanks for the support out there, folks. Appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in.
Yes, sir, Rick, man. Appreciate for what you do over here at Extreme, bud.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
And we got 15 to go.
Oh, Rhett Nichols blinking out on my end. He's back. Yep,
Yeah,
15 to go here tonight. Green flag pit stops happened here this evening. I know we missed the line. No, they're not done. The top 6 have yet to pit here. Yep.
Top 6 have yet to pit. Looks like, I don't know if Garrett Heath had a problem with this pit stop, but he's going to cycle out to 4th place.
Yeah, Brandon Freeze. Mr. Prize out there. We'll call it Burger King. Brandon, though, having a good run. You know, these guys make it on a caution, I'm assuming, here late in the race.
Yeah.
Now, 30 laps, 30 to 28. Okay, anywhere between 28 to 30 laps, these guys have ran. Anywhere between 28 and 36 laps.
They could still go about another 5 or 6. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, they can't make it to the end, though.
Yeah, well, let's give a shout-out. Well, you're giving shout-outs here. Paul Urban, another top 5 run in the making here tonight. He's running very solid, so...
Okay, so Jacob Bell is going to give his stickers to Jake. So that is in chat. It is documented. So
I don't know who Jake is, but Jake sounds cool.
Jacob Bell, I can't pronounce his last name. We're not even going to do it. Is one of the moderators for MaxSpeedTV. Brandon Kennedy, please email me your information. Do not put it in chat.
That's what the email is for there, guys.
Joshua Medlock at Extreme Motorsports and 99.com.
When did you get an email?
A couple of weeks ago, actually. Or a month ago, actually.
I don't want one. Don't give me one. I don't need it.
You don't need it?
I don't need it.
But
we are seeing a battle here for the lead.
Yeah, Rhett Nichols and Zach Willard. Yeah. I've been on Rhett Nichols since Rick's been up here. So,
here comes Willard to the inside.
Willard, he's going to go to the inside.
And the 91 of Blair Patterson, he's going to be making a pit stop here. He is yet to pit, and he's going to do it right now. Running 3 laps down 39. Of course, I have that advantage, Josh, of being able to hear what happens in the iRacing chat. So, hard telling what these guys are going to do. I think they are going to pit, maybe. No, they're going to stay out another lap.
Staying out another lap here.
And that's just more time that they lose to the leader.
Yeah, and they lose to Cameron Hearn, who is currently running back here in 6th.
Yes, who will be the leader.
Yeah, who will be the leader. Yeah, man, he's been dominant here tonight. He's led 70 laps here. He started 4th, and he's currently running in 6th.
Yeah, he has led a lot of laps here tonight. Like I said, he will cycle out as the leader once again. No one's really been able to touch him. Really, the only people that have led it was early in the run with Chris, and then it was really just green flag pit stops after that. Seemed like Kern got up there around after the first caution and hasn't looked back.
All right. Well, still watching Cameron Hearn here. Now he's got a teammate behind him, and Scott McClendon. And then GT Hawkins, Garrett Heath is going to round it out here in with the. This is before everything is cycled. So we get back up front. Zach Willard, Rhett Nichols, Gary May, Brandon Freeze. And it looks like Paul Irvin, the top 5 with 10 to go. Oh.
8 car is pitting. Paul Irvin is going to be making a pit stop.
All right. Yeah, I've seen him dive down there to the inside, the 33 there on
Brandon
the
Freeze
outside.
continues on. As does Gary May. Gary May has actually caught the 88 and the 55.
Yes, he has. He's right up there with the 55 of Rhett Nichols. But man, these guys up front.
And they cannot make it. I just
Zach
wanna
Willard.
emphasize they cannot make it to the end.
No, they cannot make it. Now, that Zach Willard now is a Samson Motorsports driver.
Yes, he is. New team this
Yeah.
year with Samson. The 55 is pitting this lap. I just heard
Okay.
Rhett key up on the radio here. He is going to make his pit stop.
Yeah,
And I believe the 88 of Zach Willard is also going to make his pit stop. That's going to hand the lead to Gary May.
Yep, Gary May going to go to the lead. It looks like Brandon Freeze also coming down pit road. Now, Gary
And
May
these guys are still banking on that caution. I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll see.
Gary May's been out here 37 laps here tonight.
If he can make it, and that's what I was telling you, Josh, in the pre-race, there are a couple of guys that can stretch out to that 40-lap mark. I went to the top end of what I thought was safe with 37, but kudos to Gary May. He's been out here 37 laps. He's going to try to make it one more time, I bet.
All right, 66 here tonight. I think we hit over 70 a peak here. Gary May now coming down pit road. 37 likes, one new member joining the MaxSpeedTV sponsorship or, supporting here tonight. Really appreciate that, Ryan, out there. Of course, Dennis Ansman from a few nights ago and last week. Appreciate it. But, man, appreciate the support each and every week from everybody. But that gave the lead up to Cameron Hearn here. Back up to the lead. 71 laps led, 7 laps to go. Here's the thing, though, Gary. He is on older tires than the ones that have just came down. Is there enough laps left at this 2-mile oval for these drivers to catch up to him? Like Gary May, Rhett Nichols, Zach Willard.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think those guys that stayed out as long as they did, stayed out too long, I think, in my opinion. Of course, being up here in the booth. But also, those were the guys that were really banking on a caution during the green flag cycle. That has not happened. So they kind of made their bed, laid in it. Now they got to go pit here. And if they can make it up, great. But I really don't see that happening.
Right now, there is a half a second gap between first and second, and about a 7/10 of a second gap between second and third. And Garrett Heath, 1.7 seconds back into fourth. Bryce Sedesack, 2.6 seconds back behind Garrett Heath in fourth. Bryce in fifth. So,
in that battle between
to go.
Here, that's heating up. In eighth there, Austin Hill, want to give him a shout out too.
Austin Hill currently running in that 8th spot, started sixth.
These are not teammates. Sorry, I thought they were teammates. They're between Mike Rominger and Ed Morris. They are not. So,
no, they are not. One is Prime Time, and Mike Rominger, I believe, is ARG. Yes. Well, Dennis, I appreciate that comment, but I really do.
What do you say?
Richard Bell out there saying, Garrett, go faster.
Garrett, go faster.
I believe he's talking about Garrett Heath.
Yes, he's talking about Garrett Heath. Rick Bell, actually, he sponsors. He's an official sponsor there for Kickin' Asphalt Racing, so he's on most, if not all, of their cars. So
yeah, I see that RV Custom Rigs there on that 23. He's rooting on Garrett Heath there. I just don't know if there's enough laps here. Cameron Hearn almost a second.
He's going to be banking a caution here. The one person that probably does not want to see a caution right now, and that is Cameron Hearn. I will say, though, I talked about my trends at the beginning of the race. One green-white checkered finish here the last 3 races, so it's definitely a possibility. Not likely, but it's there.
All right, 3 to go here tonight. Marcus Regal in chat. Yeah, it's Marcus. That is, I said 3 to go. I think I said 3 to go. Did I say 4 to go?
Okay, yeah, you did say. Oh, I thought it was
Oh, okay.
115 laps. Oh, we're almost done.
Yeah, we're almost done. 3 to go here tonight. And Marcus Regal, yes, that is the Austin Hill. The Austin Hill Truck Series driver here tonight.
And,
yes.
and the Cale Gale, that is the Cale Gale.
That is the Cale Gale.
Truck race. So
Yes.
those are the 2 real drivers we got here.
Yep.
Watch out this battle for second here, Josh. It's
Scott
been really heating up.
McClendon, GT.
Scott McClendon, GT, yeah. Now, when I talk about battles here, guys, I normally drive one of these cars. They're not always side by side, especially at a place like this where it seems like the bottom line is the preferred lane. Really, it's all about setting up your corners, setting up your pass, and looks like that's what these 2 fellas here are doing. It's really, really important that you hit your marks, and if you don't, the guy behind you will pounce.
All right.
But GT got a really good run there in the center. Let's see what Scott does here on it.
Well, Scott is going to get around him. Scott is in second, still going to keep that position, but we come to the white flag here tonight. 1 to go for the Rick Bell's Custom Race Xfinity Series for Extreme Motorsports 99.com. Round 3 here this season. Cameron Hearn just on rails out there here tonight. He has not been able to be caught here. Cameron Hearn going to probably, as he comes into 3, more than likely is going to come away with the victory. Probably not going to happen. 22 lap stint, but coming out of 4, going to take it wide. Cameron Hearn is going to cross the stripe here tonight and win it for round 3 of the Arby's Custom.
Contact for second. I think
Scott McClendon and GT. Scott McClendon did get that.
Yeah,
Cameron
Hearn.
Hearn.
And he almost got it. But looked like McClendon's going to get that spot there in second.
All right. Well, Cameron Hearn is going to win it here this evening. Scott McClendon, a teammate, in second, and GT going to round out the top 3. We're going to get the top 3 up here for the MaxSpeedTV post-race show. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. Alrighty, folks, back live here on MaxSpeedTV. We have caught up with the top 3 here, and we are going to start here with our third place finisher here tonight, GT Hawkins. GT, congratulations. Awesome run here at Auto Club for round 3. Man, talk about the racing. Couple of cautions, but man, the green flag pit stops and the strategy out there tonight, I think played a big, big factor out here, man. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly wasn't the fastest car tonight, but yeah, it was really weird. After we took 2, the car felt so much better. I much preferred the way the car drove. It was a little loose. So it was a lot of fun. The last 20 laps or so were way fun with the car actually feeling the way that I kind of like it to, instead of just pushing tight all the way around. But it was a good race. Good win to Cameron, of course. He was once again fastest guy tonight. So congrats to him, and it was fun chasing him at least.
Well, we have some contact there coming to the checkered flag there between you and Scott McClendon. Battle there for a second. Talk about that. What happened there?
I think he said he ran out of fuel. I wasn't
Oh,
100% sure, but yeah, he was way slow the last couple turns, but not like, I don't know. I didn't think like coasting speed, but I don't know. I probably should have tried to go around him, but I definitely didn't mean to turn him. But yeah, I wasn't sure what he was doing, so I think that's what he said.
well, if there's anything you can change here tonight, aside from finishing, the winner, what would it be?
I think probably that first restart that we had, I probably would have tried to line up with the guys a little bit better, and because they were kind of hanging back, and so I was trying to. I don't know. I'm not really sure what I was doing. I was trying to stay with the pace car, and then they got a really good jump on me, and then I kind of got stuck in traffic, and I was kind of battling back the whole race from there. So yeah, I wish I could have that one back, but other than that, wasn't too bad.
All righty, bud. Well, Auto Club done and over with for the Xfinity Series next week. Before the break, of course, we've got one more race. We go to Atlanta next week, Atlanta Speedway. Another great mile and a half, but man, that is a tire-using track. So, what's your thoughts before we end the interview here this evening?
Yeah, I mean, you just said it. You got to save tires there. You got to save tires everywhere, but especially, I mean, that's maybe number one on tire saving tracks. So, but I hope the track temps up, and I hope it is loose and not pushing tight. But no, I really like Atlanta. It's a decent mile and a half cookie cutter, but yeah, it's a lot of fun.
All righty, buddy. Well, congratulations on third. Anybody you want to give a thought, shout outs to before you go celebrate here tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank GTR Simulator, East Coast Motorsports, my teammates, definitely helping me out again tonight. Extreme Motorsports, MaxSpeedTV, Rick Bill's Custom Rigs, and all my friends and family. Thanks for watching, guys.
All right, GT, well, let's go celebrate, man. Get ready for that post-race drivers meeting, man. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, sir. Have a good night, guys.
You too, bud. Thank you. All right, well, that is going to bring us to our second place finisher here tonight. That is going to be Scott McClendon, and I believe Gary is caught up with him.
Well, caught here at the end of pit road as they're doing the inspection on Scott's car. Scott, good run tonight, man. Didn't really have the fastest car. I don't think anybody was going to catch Cameron Hearn tonight, but solid P2 there. Talk about your race.
It was an interesting one, no doubt. Started in I can't even remember. Top 5,
Fifth.
I believe. Yep, and it was pretty interesting because I had to save my right front, but everyone wanted to go, so it was very hard to go when I didn't really want to push at that moment. So it was a bit of shuffling to the, I guess, top 10 of the field. And I started to get a little annoyed with that, so I started to push on that first stint. And I want to apologize to Willie Nelson because I got into the back of him and trying to get eager to go to the front again, and I just broke a little too late and ran in the back of him. But it was a very fun race.
Came from.
It was a very, very fun race, but it was very difficult because the right front would just die if you pushed it too hard. And if you were fast and able to save that, it was pretty fortunate for you. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you don't mind, walk us through that last lap. We just had GT up here, so I wanted to get your perspective. What happened there? Did he said you were kind of slow coming to the line? Were you out of gas, or what was the case there?
I was definitely out of gas. So I was calculating fuel and making sure that I was on the limit and making sure that I could have the lightest car out there as I possibly could. But I think I misjudged it just like a little too much, and I was trying to save those last few laps, and that's why GT was catching me those very few last laps. And coming to the white, I clutched into the entry of the corner, and coming out, I was blocking, holding that low lane, and then I ran out of fuel, like coming onto the apron. So he was pushing, and then I just got a little nudge enough to gain second. So fun racing with him the entire night, and we threw elbows, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, next week we head to Atlanta. I call it a driver's racetrack, that mile and a half. A lot of options there. Old, worn out surface there at Atlanta. Kind of what's your expectations? Kind of similar to tonight, what we saw here at Auto Club?
No, expecting Atlanta to be the opposite of this setup and be absolutely loose because Atlanta, its history has been loose, 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 regardless of what setup you have, even in open. So I'm expecting a lot of fun there. Possibly a little bit more cautions, but it depends on how clean we are. Hopefully, we can get some green flag running, and it should be pretty fun.
Absolutely. Well, any last second shout outs, thoughts you want to give to sponsors or anybody?
Definitely want to thank you guys for broadcasting. You guys do an awesome job here at MaxSpeedTV. Also, shout out to Rick for building this awesome community for us to race in, and VRA for providing me with the seats to race in this league as a team. And it's been pretty fun, along with the custom PC builds for sponsoring the series. Shout out to him and good Lord above. And I think my friends are watching. Shout out to Bobby Krug and all those guys. So thank you for tuning in to the fans. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the fun night tonight.
Well, we sure did as well. We'll let you go celebrate your second place here tonight, and you have a good rest of your week here. We'll see you next week.
Thank you so much. You too.
All right, and that was Scott McClendon. We're going to have Cameron Hearn here now, and I believe Josh has caught up with him in victory lane.
Yes, I have Cameron Hearn in the number 15 dominating performance here tonight. You didn't waste no time getting up front here at Auto Club to bring it home into victory lane. But you really didn't have a whole lot of battles, I could say, per se, out there. A couple of lap cars to get around. But really, it was all about, keeping your focus. So we want to hear this victory here tonight from you.
Yeah, the track was very tight all night, and I knew that he could just conserve the right front just enough. After about 15 laps, it kind of evens out. Like that handles like crap. It doesn't matter if lap 25, 35, 15. So the main thing was conserve at the beginning, but still put down nice laps and just pretty much hit your marks. And after that, I kind of got some breaks, got in and out of pit road. I did definitely not want to see the last caution, but GT, Scott were coming at the end, and just don't want to burn my stuff up trying to stay in front of them. But Scott with 2 tire stop, that was an interesting call, and it worked out for him. So I'm glad teammate bringing home 1 and 2.
Yeah, 1 and 2 here tonight for VRA. If I know there's probably nothing you want to change here tonight because of bringing it home into victory lane, but if there's anything you could make a switch, to change out there, well, what would it be?
Qualify on the pole. I mean, after that, that was track position's huge. It's really tough to pass. This setup we ran tonight is, like I said, is very tight, and just being up front, of course, qualifying, front row would have been nice, but luckily I was able to make my way up there, and once I got up there, I was able to maintain.
All right. Well, we're not going to keep you, Cameron, but next week, the race before the break, as I like to call it, we go to Atlanta Motor Speedway before the break for the 2 weeks off here, week 13, and I think it's Memorial Day. So, what do you think about Atlanta?
Super fast track, a lot of fun. I think I won there last year, either the Xfinity Series or the Cup, but Atlanta's been a good track. It's close to home, so I always want to finish good there. It's a good team track. I think Allen's really fast there. Scott, all these guys are fast. So look for VRA to kind of be in contention again.
All righty, bud. Well, any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before you go celebrate here tonight, bud?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Abruzzi USA for sponsoring our team. They got some great gloves, shoes, anything you could need for sim, real world racing. Rick Bell's Custom Rigs does a great job at a great price point for pretty much anything you're looking for, whether it's budget gaming, high end, he can do it. So if you need any type of computer work done or any info, he's a great guy to talk to. As always, thank my teammates. Alan had a rough night. He started in the back and kind of got in other people's stuff, which kind of happens sometimes. You start in the back, so I hate that for him. But Scott, awesome, bringing home the win last night, coming home second tonight, definitely good momentum going in next week. Jeff had some bad luck, but he was out there, and also I think other teammates, Davey, Brad, and Delonte. MaxSpeedTV, great place. I think the admins do a great job. Pretty much have a lot of things to check on all points of the race, and so they dedicate a lot of time, a lot of effort into this league. So I want to give a shout out to them. After that, my wife, my dad, my uncle, a couple coworkers watching. Glad to bring home the W, and appreciate everybody out there on YouTube watching the race.
All righty, Cameron, we'll let you go celebrate, buddy. Thank you so much, man. We'll see you next week. If we don't see you tomorrow night for the Rick Tech Cup Series, bud. Woo! Woohoo!
And we'll just move after that one.
All right. Well, I had to throw my woohoo in there, too, because we're going to see who's louder.
Ric Flair.
All right. Well, that's going to do it here for the top three. Let's get down here to the unofficial results, putting in the admin stuff they have to do. But Cameron Hearn going to come away with the win here tonight with a, awesome run. Round three, just dominating performance by Cameron. A teammate, Scott McClendon, going to finish in that second spot. GT Hawkins in third. Garrett Heath fourth. Bryce Sedesack fifth. Edmore sixth. Austin Hill going to grab a top 10 in seventh. Mike Rominger eighth. Willie Nelson ninth. And Nicholas Roman going to round out the top 10.
In P11 here tonight, we've got Will Davis, 12th place. Solid run for KC tonight. Stayed in the top 15 all night long. Congrats to him in 12th. 13th place, Danny Ware. 14th place, Alan Elwood. 15th place, the development driver, Brad Slaughter Jr. 16th place, Richie Evans started 16th. Seemed like he passed a lot of cars, though. In 17th place, we've got Rick Christensen. 18th place, we've got Michael Atkins Jr. 19th is going to be Gary Sexton. And rounding out your top 20 is going to be Justin Gann.
All right, 21st, Cale Gale. 22nd, Jeffrey Creek. 23rd, James Thorndike. 24th, Logan Kice. Darren Bruce, 25th. Tommy Haynes, 26th. Timothy Zayas, 27th. Gary May, 28th. Brandon Freeze, 29th. Rhett Nichols, 30th. Gary, finish them out here this evening.
31st, we got Zach Willard. 32nd, Joshua Gillian. 33rd, Paul Irvin. 34th, Chris Seidenfadden. I'll get it out eventually. 35th, first car lap down was going to be William E. Moore. 36th, Alexander Brown. 37th, Tommy Amassi. And 38th is David Elliott. 39th is going to be Shad Curran. 40th place is going to be Blair Patterson. 41st is Michael Thwaites. 42nd, Blake Griffith. And rounding out the field is going to be Danny Rogers, of course, always. Shout out to our admins, Jacob Lee, is it Calvin Herring? And
Calvin Herring, yep. And who was that other one?
Brent Cool.
Brent Cool. All righty, well, that's going to do it here tonight for MaxSpeedTV and round three of the Rick Mills Custom Rigs Xfinity Series. Tomorrow night, we're going to be right back at it here again for MaxSpeedTV with yet round three of the Rick Tech Cup Series here at Auto Club. Gary, man, with them big spoilers, I think drafting going to be a major problem tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think draft is going to play a big role. I'll be in that race. I'll be starting from the back, but definitely going to be an interesting race, seeing if I can work my way up there. Drafting going to play a big key, and of course, similar to what we saw tonight, a lot of tire management as well.
Yes, for sure. Tire management going to be a key tomorrow night yet again, Gary. Thank you again tonight so much for the help and being up here in the booth, man. A lot of hard racing. It's spread out here tonight, but still, these guys were not wanting to bring out a caution, even though we did have two of them here at Auto Club.
Yeah, absolutely. And if sorry to change the subject here, but I do want to give a shout out to my mom who's battling cancer. Thinking of you. Hope you get better. We all are pulling for you here.
Yep, thoughts and prayers coming from myself and MaxSpeedTV and the family as well to Stacy Wells. I'll go ahead and say her name. Let everybody know Gary is up here. So, but want to let you know we are all thinking about you. But that's going to wrap it up here. Until tomorrow night, folks. Stay safe and have a good night.